Linebackers. Linebackers. We're talking about linebackers in this video. In my opinion, probably the most difficult position to play at the next level. I know some DBs, some guys who play safety, corner may have, another thing to say about it. But in my opinion, if you really think about it, what you have to do for the linebacker position has to adapt so much corner errors. Before our, my young age, in the early 2000s, teams were a heavy running team. You saw heftier, stronger, linebackers wasn't really prioritizing, being rangy, being twitchy, or etc. But then, here comes along the Patrick Mahomes, and late in Tom Brady's era, and then the league offensively started to switch from a running league to taking advantage of those heavier set guys and mismatches, and in turn the linebacker position, in my opinion, had to adapt the most, becoming more slender in their builds, being able to you gotta be able to cover now, sideline to sideline, be able to function in open space. I think this position, you will literally can say when an era comes about and there's a shift from run to pass in the league, this position has to change the most. And because I bring this up because we're in the middle of one this year. We're going back from a passing league to more of a running league. A lot of the teams in this league, they're starting to get bulkier and beefier and taking advantage of those once rangy guys, and they want to test their mental or their heart and see if they want to stick their nose in there and actually come and hang with the big dogs. So that brings us to the NFL draft and these guys, these wonderful set of guys in this linebacking class. Very interesting class. People are talking down upon it. This is not as plentiful as the previous drafts, but I believe it's because there's a shift happening up top with the NFL and how playoff teams are running the ball more, and now we're starting to weed out, and now our census before the position is beginning to change, and we're going to talk about that in this list, man. We've been going through a series, man. I got 5 linebackers, 5 this time. There's gems in here. There's gems probably deeper in this group than at the top. It's not as flashy. You gotta watch the film, but luckily I went through 20 plus guys of film, and I got 5 for you. But before we get in the list, I'm not gonna spin too hard. Guys who didn't make this list, I just want to give him a shout out. Shout out to Jeffrey Bossa out of Oregon. Shout out to Chris Paul Jr. out of Ole Miss. Shout out to even Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Yep, he's not a linebacker. He's not a linebacker. His film compared to these guys, I don't have him in there. I'm sorry. And shout out to a newly added backer to the PFF board, Demetrius Knight out of South Carolina. But we're gonna get right into it. Without further ado, at number 5 on this amazing list, we got Jay Higgins out of Iowa. Wears number 34, standing at about 6'2", 232 pounds. I believe, bold take here, this guy is the future of linebackers in this league. I know that's a bold take, and why do I have him so low? I'm just saying, I just pointed out how, these playoff teams, you're getting more, bulkier up front. We're seeing more condensed formations, 22 personnel, 12 personnel, gonna line up and run it down your throat. Well, you're gonna need a linebacker who resembles that old school, Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis, that's not afraid to stick their nose in there. Jay Higgins out of Iowa, and everyone knows about that Iowa defense. The offense ain't gonna score much, but that defense, man, they're gritty, and they're very stout versus the run. Part of the reason for that was this kid right here. I believe he's a bona fide run stopper, solid size. They got him listed at 6'2". Gonna be interesting in this combine, seeing him. I think he's short. He looks shorter on film. Either that or he plays with amazing leverage. plays very low to the ground. He probably thrives. He's probably gonna thrive in that drill, playing with great leverage. That's very, very important when taking on those, when an old lineman wants to come up to the next level and wants to, uproot him. It's gonna be hard to do that with a guy who's already built low to the ground. It's getting even lower. He becomes an immovable object. It's basic physics, everyone. Thrives in contact. That's why, I keep mentioning he is the future of what the league is veering to. You may take that in a superstar manner. They're not meaning in that. I'm meaning in his play style, that he thrives within those trenches. He can play linebacker within, a closed environment, unclaustrophobic linebacker. Boom, that's the term right there. Just came up with it on the fly. You feel me? Plays urgently too. He looks sneaky athletic, but I don't think he can change direction well. That's why I say he's definitely on the new age side, but he's very strong, sure tackler as well. Oh, I forgot to read off his stats. 72 tackles and 12 missed tackles. That's on me. And yeah, he's just a sure, tackler. That ratio I very much pay attention to. If he may get a, player spotlight in my opinion. I gotta see if he wrestles, because he looked like somebody who wrestled in high school. Man, that's Jay Higgins, man, linebacker out of Iowa. At number 4, next linebacker on the list, Danny Stutsman, number 28, out of Oklahoma, 6'4", 241. Had 76 tackles on a year and 15 missed tackles. Now, y'all gotta, I'm for real about this list. I'm a Longhorn fan. I don't fool with no Oklahoma. I'm just playing. If it's a good player and he sticks out, he sticks out. Period. At this guy, he's that rangy type of linebacker. I know I just talked about the future of the league and how I got him high on this list, because he plays. Look, if you're gonna be at that size, I need to see you committed to stick your nose and not be afraid to get your hands dirty. And if I can see that, I feel like an NFL team can take that within you, bulk you up, and you'll be just an even better player. Now you're even faster. You can be that rangy, linebacker that can also hang within the trenches. And that's why I say that he looks like a safety to me. The way he's so fast. And I'm sorry, I'm just attracted to the linebacker who plays at a completely different speed than everyone else, because it just tells me that he has a very high motor, thrives in space, sure tackler. He's definitely going to be, he's not going to be a middle linebacker, of course. Definitely going to be a Will or a Sam, or in other terms, if you didn't know, left outside linebacker or right outside linebacker. Will or Sam is for weak, strong. We talk about linebacker terms here. Good instincts, always around the ball. That tells me he follows his keys. If there's a trap play, and he's on the right side of the offense and the left guard. So if he's on the right side of the defense, the left guard is in front of him. If the left guard is pulling, as soon as he sees the footwork, that means he's following the guard, tracking the ball. And 9 times out of 10, lineman will take you to the ball unless it's a misdirection. But can you get back in space? He thrives in the coverage. I love that. I love if we're gonna move back into a running type of scheme, I still want my linebacker to not be a liability in coverage, and that's why Danny Stutsman sticks out to me out of Oklahoma. The next guy on my list, Pet Cat Alert. This is my guy. I've been telling people about this, and yes, I got him ranked super duper high, because this is my list, and I gotta give you my case. Linebacker out of Minnesota, number 45, Cody Lindenberg. Cody Lindenberg, standing about 6'3", 240 pounds, man. 68 tackles on a year, 14 missed tackles. This kid just jumps off the screen to me. Sideline to sideline linebacker, very rangy, and he's not, like I said, he's not afraid to stick his hand in there. He's taking on blocks violently, ripping through. I very much pay attention to that, because can you move and can you stick your nose in there? But are you going in there and just letting yourself get blocked? Or are you actually working a move and trying to always be free and make a play? This kid plays at a different speed, got a great back pedal and coverage as well. When he turns on that goes downhill, very scary. Very scary. Playing at a different speed, plays with his hair on fire. Man, this kid, I want my Cowboys to get him. Like I said, block shed ability. He's very rangy as well. Good speed, good open field tackle ability. This kid, I like how he tackling somebody at a different way. Like everyone, you got little things like that that tells me like he's just a good, formidable tackler, good tackling technician. I just trust this guy to get everyone on the ground. And like, yeah, I just love this kid, man. Cody Lindenberg out of Minnesota at number 2. Another one of my pet cats. I got multiple pet cats in this position group. Carson Schwesinger out of UCLA. Where's number 49, standing about 6'2", 225 pounds, 100 tackles on a year, 11 miss. Man, just watch the film and just let it play. Put some jazz on in the background, because this guy right here plays linebacker the correct way. The kid is a phenomenal blitzer. He's just slippery for the offensive lineman, and I pay attention to that. Very good. Change of direction, downhill. This kid, he has a step to his game, and I just feel like he has the perfect blank canvas for a lot of guys that's gonna come out in the league. The kid is gonna be special. Like a solid build, great covering skills as well. Will sit in his zone. High effort player. In his film, you saw him running around making plays on special teams as well. I pay attention to that. He just gives a guy who's not afraid, and he's playing at a different speed. Great instincts. Phenomenal dissector and decision maker. Whenever he's moving forward, is the correct decision. This kid, I'm telling you, man. When I say there's some gems in this class. There's some gems in his class, and they stick out very well. Carson Schwesinger out of UCLA. And finally, at number one, yes, who's left? Jihaad Campbell out of Alabama. Where's number 11? 6'3", 244 pounds, 89 tackles on the year, 7 missed tackles. I mean, this kid's film, I feel like of all the linebackers, yes, they're rangy. I feel like he's the most complete linebacker in the draft. When I say run stopping ability, blitzing, and covering, like very solid in the covering. Like I feel like he's comfortable. Like I don't even know where he's gonna play at the next level. I feel like he has some ability to be a green dot guy. He can be outside. He can be the blitzing guy on the edge. Some people I saw some scouts say like, oh, let's just make him a full-time edge guy. I think you're limiting him, because he showed his coverage ability was so impressive. Like he's a true off-ball linebacker. I feel like the kid is going to be very special. I'm thinking he's going to have some star ability in the right system, in the right scheme. He's insanely athletic, sideline to sideline speed, great closing speed. When he sees his prey, he's going to hawk him down, and he's going to wrap up with a sure firm tackle every time. Like I said, I feel like he thrives. I say he thrives in coverage. I feel like his favorite assignment is to hook the curl. He loves to sink on that, but when he's blitzing, he looks like a complete missile, shown in a flash. He's all over the field. Like film of him like doing, like I said, almost everything: covering, pass rushing, pursuit, backside, open field tackling, taking on blocks, shedding blocks. I feel like he has, of all the linebackers, he has solid film in almost every category you can name of for a linebacker. Like I honestly do think that this kid is insanely special. I do think he's going to have high upside to wherever he goes in this draft. We're looking at a potential star at the linebacker position. That is Jihaad Campbell, linebacker out of Alabama. Thank you, everyone who made it this far in the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video. We've been going through an entire series doing other positions. Make sure to take a look. That defensive tackle video has really blown up. Thank you so much to everyone. I think it's at 9,000 views. Hey man, we're trekking along, and we're gonna finish the series and go back and do a highlight for players who deserve it. Comment below. I only did 5 linebackers this time. Tell me some linebackers you feel that is for the future of the game, because this game is transitioning to more run stopping ability, but actually they're gonna want to keep that, being rangy. Or some guys you just feel like I overlooked, especially in the honorable mention with the guys that PFF has, highly ranked. Tell me your thoughts. I'm with you. Make sure to follow me on all the socials at Luke Takes, LOU Takes, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to get my following up on all these other platforms as well. But Man, thank you so much if you made it this far. Until next time. Peace.